Alright, boys, I'm back. And boy, do we have some
Juicy.
drama to talk about because the WWE and TKO are currently in a little bit of a panic mode. Because WrestleMania 42 ain't doing so hot. So what is happening for anybody that hasn't heard? Well, WrestleMania 42 ticket sales are not as high as TKO would want them to be. This caused the company to panic and to have an emergency meeting with multiple departments to talk about WrestleMania 42 and to find new ways to save the show. There were three notable things that came out of this meeting. TKO announced that they are going to be discounting ticket prices. Now, you know that is a move that TKO never wanted to do. They were praying to God that they never had to do that, but their worst nightmare became reality and they have to drop the prices. Second thing that TKO announced due to this meeting, they're going to be changing up the creative plan for WrestleMania 42. And this is where I have to pause and talk about this whole situation, because this whole meeting is a way for TKO to reach out to the fans and talk to them directly. So for TKO to come out here and tell us that they're going to be changing plans for WrestleMania 42, it is straight up bull. If TKO really wanted this plan to actually work and to connect with the fans, they should have come out and say how it is. They shouldn't have said that they're changing plans for creative. They should have said the truth, that the WWE and Triple H has no creative plans for WrestleMania 42. There's no plan for WrestleMania 42. There's no matches. There's no feuds. There's nothing. There was no such thing as anything creative or entertaining being built behind WrestleMania 42. So for them to come out and say that they are changing the creative plans, it is straight up bullshit. They never had anything creative for WrestleMania 42 planned. What they really should have said is that we know that tickets are low and we know why you guys are not buying them, because this is a boring ass show and we will try to do something about it. But they said that they are going to be changing up creative, which is corporate speak for saying we have no idea what we're doing, we had no plans, and Triple H cannot handle his job because he's only here because he slept his way to the top. The third most notable thing that came out of this whole drama with this company is that there are reports now saying that Triple H is not so popular backstage with the suits. And we know how Triple H handles criticism. He is the same guy that said he wished he could tell fans to fuck off that criticize his product. So he's probably not handling it well if the people that write his paycheck are the ones that criticize his shit creative and non-existing storylines. Now that we've gone over the corporate speak and what TKO said and all their excuses and bullshit, let's actually talk about the actual reasons of why WrestleMania 42 is falling apart. The first reason, in my opinion, that WrestleMania 42 is not doing so hot is because of those prices. Now, TKO did announce that they are going to be dropping the prices, but even with the discount, the prices are still insultingly high. These prices are highway robbery. You have to be smoking the best crack in the world if you think a WWE ticket is worth this price. You know how WWE loves to sell these awful packages to their big shows that offer nothing? It's just a way for them to get more money out of the marks. Well, I went on to the WWE website and I checked out what packages they offer for WrestleMania 42. Now, I didn't get all of them, but I got the most insulting ones. So the first two here, it is the Gold Pass and the Champion Pass. All of these passes have different perks and gives you access to different things. But that is just corporate bullshit. Those are just smoke and mirrors, because at the end of the day, all that this is tickets to WrestleMania 42. All the extra stuff that you get is not worth it. It is all just a waste of time or some of the worst perks you've ever seen. So let's quickly go over these different passes and what you get with each one, even though at the end of the day, all of them are the same. It's just a way for you to get tickets at WrestleMania 42. The Gold and Champion Pass gives you 2-day premium seating. What is premium seating? I do not know. That is something that the WWE itself decides, so who knows how good those seats are actually gonna be. They give you access to some show with a bunch of old retired wrestlers that are gonna come out and talk to you for 5 minutes before they fuck off and you never see them again, and then they're gonna give you some shitty Roman Reigns Funko Pop. I do want to point out that it doesn't say that the Funko Pop is exclusive, limited, signed, nothing like that. It's just a Funko Pop apparently, and you can just buy that at the local CVS. So you're probably just gonna get some run-of-the-mill, boring-ass Roman Reigns Funko Pop that you can just get at CVS now for $20. You also get access to their Superstore, so you get more ways to give money to this company. For the Gold Pass, they won $3,000, and for the Champion Pass, they won $5,000. So $3,000 to $5,000 for just 2 seats, 2 premium seats at WrestleMania 42, whatever that means, and then a pre-show where some wrestlers gonna talk to you for 5 minutes. No wonder nobody's buying this crap. Who would waste their money on garbage like this? But this is the least offensive. Let's move on to the Suite Access Pass. So what do you get with this one? Well, you don't get just premium seating, you get premium suite seating. So, you know, a little bit of an upgrade. You're better than those peasants at the Champion Pass. You also get a superstar to show up to your suite and talk to you for 5 minutes, and then you can take an awkward photo with him. But it doesn't say which superstar is gonna be coming to your suite. So you're probably gonna get just Fraxium showing up to your seats, talking to you for 5 minutes, and then you just shoo them away because nobody wants to talk to Fraxium. But with this package, you also get access to the hottest party of the year where Cody Rhodes and Rhea Ripley are gonna be there to have a live Q&A. Oh my god, sign me up right now. I definitely want to go to the party where Cody Rhodes and Rhea Ripley are at. They're definitely not the most insufferable people to be around and definitely are a buzzkill at a party. The good doesn't stop there because you get more, because this company loves you. This company will also give you access to their superstore so you can give them even more money, and then when the event is over, they're gonna give you an exclusive WrestleMania 42 gift, which is probably just gonna be some merch they couldn't sell to the other marks. They're gonna give it to you in a trash bag most likely, and then they're gonna send you home and laugh all the way to the bank when they cash in the $6,000 you gave them for this package. This package cost $6,000, and it only gets worse from here. These are the last two that I pulled from the website. This is the Undertaker Suite package. It is the exact same thing as the last package, but this time you have a super duper cool Undertaker theme to your ticket. Ooh. And the Undertaker's gonna show up to your suite and talk to you for 5 minutes. Wow. And you'll also get access to the party where Cody Rhodes and Rhea Ripley are gonna be at, so the worst party of the year. And then of course, they're also gonna give you access to their superstore so you can give them even more money. But the perks don't stop there, because not only are you gonna have the opportunity to give this company even more of your money, but they'll also feed you. Yes, you'll get an all-inclusive premium food and beverage deal. What does that mean? Well, they're probably gonna give you some stale crackers and some cheese that they send their unpaid interns to pick up from their local Walmart. But it doesn't stop there, because we know you are a real fan. This company knows that you are the realest of the realest because you are the Undertaker package. You will also get an exclusive Undertaker themed gift, which is most likely gonna be some Undertaker merch that was rotting in their storage that they couldn't sell to the other marks, and they're just gonna give it to you and then laugh all the way to the bank when they cash in your $9,000 check. This package cost $9 grand. They want $9,000 from you so you can talk to Taker for 5 minutes. The insults only get worse from this point. This is the last package, and they call it the Elite Experience. Right above the Elite Experience, it also says the Special Experience.
And that short little yellow bus pulling up in front,
which is perfect because whoever buys this package has more money than sense. So what do you get with this super duper last package? Well, you get 2-day premium row 2 floor seating. You don't even get to be row 1 at WrestleMania 42. No, you get to be row 2. You will still have somebody's head in front of you while you watch this show. But the good doesn't stop there. You'll also get the ability to take a photo at the stage and in the ring at WrestleMania 42, but they'll also give you a superstar walkout experience. Yes, you'll be able to finally live your wrestler dream and play pretend that you are a wrestler and have your own wrestling entrance in front of an empty stadium. But it doesn't stop there. They're also gonna give you access to the VIP section of the Friday party where Cody Rhodes and Rhea Ripley are gonna be at.
but wait, There's more.
But they will also give you access to their superstore. But the good doesn't stop there. Not only will you be able to give this company even more of your money, they will also give you a fast lane pass. So you'll be the first in line to give this company more money. You'll be the biggest mark there is in that whole arena. And the good doesn't stop there, because after they rinse you of all your money, you will also get the ability to meet and greet Liv Morgan. And how much do they want for this life-changing package? An easily small, negligent amount of just $40,000. Yes, this company wants 40 racks, 40 big ones from you, so you can go to WrestleMania 42, sit at row 2, and get to talk to Liv Morgan for 5 minutes. For 40 racks, I expect to do a lot more with Liv Morgan. No wonder nobody wants to buy this shit. These are the worst packages I have ever seen. Everything that they offer you, it's trash, because at the end of the day, the show is still gonna suck ass. So why would you pay $40,000 for one of the worst WrestleManias of all time? So no wonder nobody wants to buy this shit. Who has $40,000 just burning a hole in their pocket and they say, yeah, I'll spend that on the WWE? I can think of 20 billion other ways I can spend 40 racks that'll be better than the WWE. But the prices are not the only reason that this WrestleMania is falling apart. Reason 2 of why WrestleMania 42 is falling apart has to do with the city and also the lack of star power. So let's first of all talk about the city. Last year's Mania was in Vegas. This year's Mania is also in Vegas. They went back to back in the same city. Now I know why they probably did it. They probably got a good deal or some tax incentives from the government of Nevada. But this was the dumbest decision they could have made, because how many fans do you think live in Vegas? And how many of those fans are willing to go to Mania? And from the ones who are willing to go to Mania, how many of them can actually afford to go to Mania, since the prices are so insane? Due to the fact that it's also in the same city, TKO already sucked those fans dry. They're tapped out. They had to spend all their money last year. How many of them are willing to spend that crazy amount of money the very next year? It was very dumb for them to go back to the same city. Also, last year's Mania had more things going for it. Last year, WWE made the fans believe that The Rock was gonna show up, even though they knew that he was not gonna show up, but that is a discussion for another day. Last year's Mania also had John Cena wrestle in the main event. This year's Mania has nothing. The Rock is MIA, John Cena is retired, so why would fans come out again the very next year to watch your show? For who? Are they gonna watch Cody Rhodes fail at his job again? Cody Rhodes is not worth these prices. Cody Rhodes should be wrestling for free at your local backyard. Who else are you gonna watch? Gunther? He's gonna have the most boring match in wrestling history. Jey Uso? He's gonna gas out 2 minutes into his entrance. Who else is there to watch? Are you gonna watch Rhea Ripley, Tiffany Stratton? All these wrestlers are bums and wanna be main eventers, which is another problem that this Mania has. No stars are left in this roster. This current roster by far has to be the worst roster in WWE history. There's no star power, there's no entertainment value, there's no charisma, there's nothing. None of those people have anything to give to the fans. They can't entertain the fans, they can't have good matches, they can't have good storylines. We are watching some of the worst wrestlers of all time wrestle in this WrestleMania. These prices are way too high for the quality of wrestlers that they have. Nobody has charisma, nobody has any storylines, nobody has any character, nothing. Nobody can cut a good promo to get the crowd excited. Nobody can do anything to get the fans invested into the show. Reason 3, and this is the biggest reason of why WrestleMania 42 is falling apart, and it is because there's no creative. There's no reason for fans to go to these shows. Triple H has made sure that there is zero entertainment in the WWE anymore. Triple H is the worst booker in wrestling history. He has zero creative ability. He has zero ideas. He doesn't try to change up his formula. He doesn't try to come up with new exciting things. Nothing. He just wants to phone it in, go on a podcast, and collect his paycheck. There's no creative. There's no feuds. There's no storylines. There's no superstars. There's nobody. Why would you go to WrestleMania, spend $300 to watch what? Are you gonna watch Cody Rhodes fail at his job job once again, there's no reason to go to this show because nothing happens. It's not even worth watching it for free. So why would anybody in their right mind pay $300 to go to the stadium and watch it live? There's no excitement, there's no entertainment, there's nothing. It is a waste of time. The atmosphere and the vibe of these shows are stale. Something feels off, and it feels off because nobody cares. Nobody's there to do anything new, anything exciting, or to entertain the fans. Everybody's just phoning it in, get out, cash the paycheck. Nobody anymore in this company cares about entertaining the fans. And it's not just WrestleMania that's having issues. No. Elimination Chamber is also having a really tough time right now. I waited on making this video as long as I could because I wanted to talk about this as closely as I could to the actual show. In one day, Elimination Chamber is gonna happen. So I went online to check out the seating. Now, as you can see, there is a few people here selling their tickets. Those are just your local scammers who just want to make money as quickly as possible. When we go here, same thing. People are trying to sell their tickets. There's a few seats here that are still blue that haven't been bought yet that may get picked up by tonight. When you get to this section though, that's a lot of blue seats. Let's be fair. We have to be fair. This section is behind the stage. Nobody wants to sit here, so we're not even gonna consider this. But this is the interesting part. This is where this company is sweating. This is what's causing the panic. This is the floor section. And look at all this blue. This whole section is the moneymaker. This is where the whales sit. These are the people that are gonna spend thousands of dollars. These are the people that the WWE wants. These are the fans that they care about. And when I mean they care about their wallets. So for this company to have all these blue seats on the floor level just one day before this show is supposed to happen, it is embarrassing. This is so sad. This is humiliation. This is TNA levels of bad. You expect TNA wrestling to be having these kind of issues, that they can't sell tickets, not the WWE. This is so sad. If I were the WWE, I would rename the Elimination Chamber to the Humiliation Chamber because this is humiliating. Look at all these empty seats on the floor. There's not enough nephews and nieces of any producer to fill up all these seats. This is sad. This is pathetic. And this is exactly what this company deserves. This company has done everything in their power to burn their fans. This isn't the first time that something like this has happened. How many times have we heard of a WWE show not doing as well as the company would want it to do? And what does the company do every time something like that happens? Triple H comes out and he says how this show is gonna be different, how they have something big planned for this show, how they're gonna have huge surprises and huge moments. They did that for the first Raw on Netflix. They said that this is a new era. The Netflix era is gonna save this company. They did that for WrestlePalooza. Triple H said that this show is gonna be huge, is gonna have big moments and big returns, and they said that this is a new era, the ESPN era, that's gonna save the company. They did it with the Royal Rumble. They said there's gonna be huge surprises and huge returns, and then nothing happened, and now they're saying it with WrestleMania. Every time that this company has come out and said this shit about one of their shows of how it's gonna be different, how they have big plans, they have never delivered. This company and Triple H just love to come out, spew out some nonsense, and then when the fans come and watch and they don't deliver, this company expects you to just be happy with it. What do you mean there were no big returns at the Royal Rumble this year? We had Brie Bella. Is that not good enough? What do you mean nothing happened at WrestlePalooza? Stephanie McMahon was announced that she's going in the Hall of Fame. That's a huge moment. What do you mean the Netflix era hasn't done anything, and the only thing that the Netflix era has introduced is more ads and more nickeling and diming of the fans? What do you mean? This is a great thing. We are making more money than we have ever made. And then they do this shock Pikachu face when fans are sick and tired of their shit and are not willing to give them any more money. This is what happens when a company has no idea what their fans want. This is what happens when a company insults and nickels and dimes their fans. They think that they can give you a plate of shit, not realizing that nobody actually cares about the WWE itself. It has no brand loyalty. People care about the wrestlers and the storylines of the wrestlers in that company. That's what brings in interest to the WWE. But if there's nothing like that, why would anybody continue to watch WWE? There's so much content, so many TV shows, so many movies out there that you can be watching. Why would you watch a show that is specifically designed to waste your time? It doesn't make any sense. I don't know how the brain trust over at TKO can't figure out this simple fact that people don't like their time being wasted and their money being taken from them for no reason. Every opportunity that this company had, they had only used it to say that it's gonna be different this time, but it never is, and now they're shocked when they see the results of their actions. TKO is panicking because their ship is on fire and their captain is blind. Thank you all for watching.